Please continue to share, like, and subscribe. I'll pull up a video so that we can be playing it in the background as we share, like, and subscribe, and invite every other person. Thank you for sharing. Please join. Thank you. This first video I'll play is on the Biafran genocide. Of course, this is the month that we have our remembrance. So this whole month, we'll try to play one video for us, just for us to know, because we know they remove history from the books and curriculum, so many people do not even know what happened. And the thing about history is that if you don't know what happened, human beings tend to repeat history because they didn't know. And the things that even made that war to happen, they have not even been corrected. So we are still where we were. That's why it's important for us to understand what is going on. So please bear with me. Let me pull up the video. If we're coming up, let me know, please. Right? If you're seeing the video.
He would go on to capture history as it was being made, bearing witness to the bloodiest conflicts of the last 50 years. Despite announcing his retirement from the war zone 10 years ago after returning from Iraq, McCullin decided to make a trip to Syria late last year. He wanted to show the human side of the ongoing conflict in Aleppo, where, not for the first time in his career, he came under sniper fire. A self-confessed war junkie, Don McCullin's quest to bring the ugly truths of war to international attention would come at great personal cost. Jackie and David Morris's often graphic film lays bare the addiction to danger and the commitment to justice that lie at the heart of this extraordinary life.
War is partly madness, mostly insanity, and the rest of it's schizophrenia. You do ask yourself, why am I here? What is my purpose? What's this got to do with photography? And it goes on, the questioning. You're trying to stay alive, you're trying to take pictures, you're trying to justify your presence there. And then you think, what good is this going to do anyway? These people have already been killed. There were many battles within my own mind before I got to these major conflicts. And when I got there, I was even more confused. I try to stay calm. I try not to indulge myself in this picture taking. You know, it was something I was meant to do, but you know, how far was I allowed to take it? You know, there was a lot of hypocrisy spinning around inside my own mind at the time. I didn't really think it was right to be there, because I sometimes felt that the people who were doing these terrible things thought you know that I was okaying it, of which I certainly wasn't. The first execution I ever saw in my life was a dawn execution of a bomber who'd killed a load of people in the Saigon market a few weeks before. And there was all these photographers and journalists were all on this Jeep. You couldn't get another man on, and there was nowhere I could see. But I saw the event. They brought the man in a Volkswagen truck, and he got out and screamed anti-Americans. the firing squad shot him. A man stepped forward, grabbed a tuft of his hair and shot him through the brains. And I stood there with my mouth wide open, and I heard a man saying, "God, that was great stuff. Did you get it? Did you get it?" And I've never forgotten to this day, and that was in 1965, and I didn't get it. And I never said anything about this situation to the people in the Sunday Times, because they would have thought I must have been, a rank amateur not to have got such a picture. But looking back, did I have the right to take that man's picture of his murder? Because in a way, public executions are nothing less than murder, and I didn't get the picture.
Now, you came from a fairly rough background, didn't you, in London? It seems an unlikely ambition to have, your first ambition to be a painter. Was that regarded as a bit sissy?
Well, yes, it was, because where I lived, you were expected to take on anybody. You'd never back down from an argument. I used to get some terrible hidings when I was a boy. But my father, when he was alive, he used to let me draw on the kitchen wall. And I used to actually stick pieces of paper on the wall, but I went over the edge, so there was always empty pictures with marvelous edges. I lived in a house that was a tenement house, so we could knock huge nails on the walls and stick things on the walls and things like that. I wouldn't let my kids do it now, but my art career didn't last very long, because I got a junior art scholarship, and my father died and I had to go to work.
Baby, let's move it and a groove it. Yeah, let's shake, oh baby, shake, oh honey, please don't lose it. The rhythm that gets into your heart and soul. Let me tell you, baby, it's called rock and roll.
I took a set of pictures of the boys I grew up with. They were involved in the killing of a policeman. They didn't actually
Sorry,
kill the
please,
policeman.
I'll move
The
forward.
rival gang that came from
I actually wanted
Islington,
to start
they were responsible
from
for that killing. So
another
I took the
section.
photos to the Observer. They asked me to do more. I did more. They published the photos, gave me the princely sum of £50.
It's not easy when you have to.
And in
go
those
with
days,
it
£50
together.
from where I came from was like about 5 weeks' wages,
Continue to help us
And
to
then
share,
I
like,
was-
and subscribe, please.
I suppose you could say I was on the
Thank you.
road to photography then, which has been a lifelong love affair. It's been really an amazing experience for me. Because you've got to remember, I didn't have any education. I couldn't read properly. I came from a violent background where people were mostly interested in how well you could fight or steal or do harm to society. So quite honestly, having this amazing door opening.
This year, it's a matter of life and death. There's been a war.